let's see what is a two-level unitary matrix. The unitary matrices which acts non-trivially only on two or fewer vector components are called two-level unitary matrices. For example, if U is a unitary matrix having V1, V2, V3 column vectors, then out of V1, V2 and V3, only one or two columns are non-trivial. Suppose, let's say V1 and V2 are non-trivial. So for operator U acting on a state, the effect of V1 and V2 will be significant as opposed to V3, which is trivial and has no consequence on the state. Let's try to understand this with an example. Consider a 3 cross 3 unitary matrix U given by U equal to A B C D E F G H J. We can decompose this matrix into a product of two-level unitary matrices U1, U2 and U3 such that U3, U2, U1 and U would be equal to I. And since all the matrices are unitary, U would be equal to U1 dagger, U2 dagger, U3 dagger. So let's try to achieve this decomposition. Also, since U1, U2 and U3 are two-level matrices, U1 dagger, U2 dagger and U3 dagger will also be two-level unitary matrices. Now, let's see the procedure to achieve this decomposition. So, for a unitary matrix U, we will take U1 equal to A star divided by root under A square plus B square, B star divided by A square plus B square 0, B minus A divided by root under A square plus B square 0, 0 and 1. As you can see, U1 is a two-level unitary matrix. Therefore, only the two columns or we can say the two rows are non-trivial. We'll take U1 equal to this matrix only if B is not equal to 0. If B is 0, we'll take U1 equal to 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. That is the identity matrix such that U1 into U would be equal to this matrix into this matrix. So in order to achieve U1 into U, we have to multiply these two matrices where I have left the values under the root A square plus B square since it won't matter to us in a few steps. So when we multiply A star into A, we'll get A square and B star into B as B square divided by root. Similarly, A star into D would give us A star D plus B star E divided by root. And doing this, our whole matrix will be equal to this. Now U1U would be equal to, we can name this expression as A dash and this expression BA minus AB would be equal to 0. Similarly, renaming all this expression, we can write it as D dash, E dash, G dash, H dash, and just for generality we will write C as C dash, F dash and J dash. So U1 into U would be this mat. Now U and U1 both were unitary matrices. Therefore U1 into U is also a unitary matrices, which implies all rows and columns of a unitary matrix are orthonormal. That is, for any unitary matrix U equal to this matrix where we have 3 columns C1, C2, C3 and 3 rows R1, R2, R3, the inner product of all the rows would be equal to 1 and the inner products of all the columns would also be equal to 1 since all rows and all columns are orthonormal. Also, all rows and all columns are orthogonal to each other. That is, any row Ri and any row Rj's inner product would be equal to 0. Similarly, any column Ci and Cj's inner product will also be 0 since they all are orthogonal. From this condition, we can say that for the matrix U1 into U, this column is also orthonormal, which implies root under A dash square plus C dash square would be equal to 1. Now keeping this in mind, we can move to a next step where we take U2 equal to A dash star root under A dash square plus C dash square 0 C dash star root under A dash square plus C dash square 0 1 0 C dash again root under this same term 0 minus A dash again root under this same term. This is the value of U2 only if C dash is not equal to 0. If C dash is 0, then U2 would be equal to A dash star 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Also, if C dash is 0, A dash square would be equal to 1. Now since root under a dash square plus c dash square is 1, these whole root values would be equal to 1. Therefore, u2, u1 and u would be equal to a dash star, since the root is 1, 0, c dash star, 0, 1, 0, c dash 0 minus a dash into, now we know u1 into u already has the value a dash, d dash, g dash, 0, c dash, e, f dash, h dash and j dash. Now multiplying both the matrix will get a dash square plus c dash square. This value would be equal to 1, and a dash star into d1 would be equal to a dash star d dash plus c dash star f dash into a dash star g dash plus c dash star j dash, 0 into e dash h dash and c dash star a dash minus a dash star c dash. This term will again be 0. So we arrive at this matrix for u2, u1 and u. Again, we can rename this remaining terms as 1, 0, 0, d double dash, e double dash, f double dash, g double dash, such that we arrive at this matrix. Now since this whole matrix is also unitary, the rows must be orthonormal. Therefore, this first row R1 should have an inner product equal to 1, and this condition implies that d double dash and g double dash must be equal to 0. Therefore, u2, u1 and u must be equal to 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, e double dash, f double dash, h double dash and j double dash. Now finally, we set u3 equal to 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, e double dash star, f double dash star, h double dash star and j double dash star. Therefore, u3, u2, u1 and u would be equal to multiplication of these two matrices, which would be equal to e double dash star into e double dash would be equal to e double dash square plus f double dash star, and f double dash would be equal to f double dash square. So we arrive at this matrix. Now from the orthonormality condition, we'll have e double dash square plus f double dash square equal to 1 and h double dash square plus j double dash square equal to 1, which implies this matrix would be equal to 1, 0, 0, 0. This term is 1, and let's name this term as x, and let's name this term as y, into this term would be 1. Now another property of a unitary matrix is that determinant of a unitary matrix is plus or minus 1. Therefore, for u3, u2, u1 and u, that is this matrix, its determinant would be equal to plus or minus 1, which implies 1 into 1 minus xy would be equal to 1, which implies 1 minus xy would be equal to 1 and xy would be equal to 0. That means multiple of these two terms would be 0, and since if you look carefully, these two terms are conjugate of each other, so if this term is 0, this term would automatically be 0. Therefore, we can write u3, u2, u1, u equal to 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, x would be 0 and y would also be 0. So this term is nothing but our identity matrix I. Therefore, we got u3, u2, u1, u is equal to I, and this implies that u can be decomposed as u1 dagger, u2 dagger, u3 dagger, where u1, u2 and u3 are all two-level unitary matrices, where you can see u3 has only two rows or two columns which are non-trivial. Similarly, u2 also has two columns or two rows which are non-trivial, and same goes for our u1. Now we can generalize this procedure for any d cross d unitary matrix U such that u d minus 1, u d minus 2, u1, u must be equal to I, and u can be decomposed as v1, v2 till vk unitary matrices, where the matrix vi are all two-level unitary matrices and k is lesser than equal to d minus 1 by 2. So for example, for a 4 cross 4 unitary matrix U, k has a value of lesser or equal to 4 into 4 minus 1 by 2, which is equal to 6. So k is lesser than equal to 6, which implies u would be equal to v1, v2, v3, v4 with a maximum limit till v5 or v6. So I hope you understood two-level unitary matrices and how we can decompose a unitary matrix into the product of two-level unitary matrices.